Speaker, I rise to support this report and make a few comments in terms of what we need to do to ensure that we have a balance. I was listening to Senator Matangi explain how most youth disappear. And I know that in this country, historically, a lot of armed groups are usually employed by politicians. We are the ones who take advantage of the poor people. So when the police go out there and try and ensure the rule of law, those youth who, some of them are used to intimidate others, end up maybe being locked up in the penitentiary somewhere. And so we must ask ourselves, even though the police, even though there have been so many cases of extrajudicial killing, what are we doing as politicians, as businessmen in this country who want to control certain quotas to contribute to that? So we must ask ourselves these questions. And I was very happy to hear Senator Maina asking serious questions as to how are we treating these police officers. I've been on the record saying that the minimum salary that a policeman should get in this country should be 100,000 shillings. When you travel to countries like Singapore, you will not see a policeman on the road. You know? But when you see one, they'll be walking peacefully and they will not bother you. If there is a crime, they will be able to go there. You know, it's a bit hypocritical when we lament on a daily basis that there are so many people being killed, yet we in this house are the ones who come up with legislations. We are the ones who fight for more money for ourselves, yet we don't give a hoot in hell about the police. Even our own bodyguards, the ones who protect us, they get peanuts and we don't care. You know, sometimes I ask myself, when is this policeman? He doesn't have a family? I hear people complain so much about the police being allowed to rent houses there. And some of them, if you see the kind of dilapidated housing they live in, then you ask yourself, how are we supposed to have a sober nation where people will respect the rule of law, where businessmen and shrewd politicians and businessmen will not take advantage of the youth, where everybody will have an opportunity to be able to grow and become a responsible citizen, if we cannot ourselves be able to practice what we preach? I think the buck stops back at us. And I want to challenge the legal committee and the chair of the legal committee who gave his report. I want to tell him, yes, IPOA was set up to do various issues. One, investigate death and serious injuries caused by police action. Two, to monitor, review, and audit investigation and action by Internal Affairs Unit of the police. And the third one, among many, to conduct inspection of police premises. If we want proper leadership, we have to ensure that those people who are tasked with the responsibility of protecting us.
Senator Olekena, I hope you're not implying that the police have a right to do extrajudicial killing, even if their conditions are not well taken care of.
Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Their rights as well as the rights of those that are killed are the same. So I hope that is not what you want to go on record.
Madam Speaker, what I'd like to go on record is that we in this country are hypocrites. We in this country do not care about the people, particularly as leaders. We don't care about the people who are supposed to protect us. And I'm not saying that it's the right for them to kill. But Madam Speaker, in my earlier submission, I indicated very clearly that historically in this country, you know, businessmen, police are the ones who hire, you know, these armed groups. In fact, Senator Faria was talking about youth disappearing on a daily basis. Historically, you know, if you go back to 1964 to 67, even the shifter warriors, they were funded by the Somali government when the Northern Frontiers wanted to secede. Even until today, what is happening is that Al-Shabaab is having a field day because we in this country have got our priorities mixed up. So, Madam Speaker, as we blame the police for extrajudicial killing, as we state that IPOA, which has been set up constitutionally, has got no teeth, we must ask ourselves, how are we empowering them? How much services are we giving them? I was listening to Senator Ephraim Maina talk, and it's true. Like for us now, as an example, maybe a shrewd businessman would come, go to Maasai land, you know, buy cows cheap. A Maasai person will go sell the meat in Kenya Meat Commission, but he will never be paid. You know, but this shrewd officer who would want to make sure that the shrewd businessman, all the cows are sold to him cheaply, he will take a policeman there, he will get a few youth, and they will control the entire system. And maybe even that same shrewd officer will ensure that the person who is controlling or who is supervising that department does not pay those ones who got, so that they don't do that business. So all I'm saying, to finalize, is that when the committee is looking at this, prevention is always better than cure. I would challenge the chair of legal and his committee to visit the current police stations and ask yourself whether you can actually stay there, or whether there's a human being who can be able to sit there. I don't want to explain or to give details of the kind of experience that I experienced in Kilimani police station. You know, and I'm happy that the chair of legal was there so he can be able to attest to what I'm saying. But I think we need to ask ourselves serious questions, and we need two champions for a better welfare for the police and encourage them. Continue training. In other jurisdictions, and I'm sure Senator Kika would attest to this, there is something called veteran officers. They are supported. The men and women in uniform are supported when they are on duty. When they retire, you know, there are VA hospitals. They are given everything because people appreciate what they have done. So in conclusion, Madam Speaker, I'd want to challenge again the chair of legal department, ask him to spend some time. Get a copy of that special gazette notice dated 14th of February, 2020. Because I'm sure it will be very exciting for you to know that all those police stations are gazetted. Hopefully they will be built, and that we can begin to really appreciate what the police in this country do for us. I thank you, Madam Speaker.